Ladies and gentlemen, if we could all welcome Charles with his speech, Elicit Your Goals and Focus.
And my speech is also called Sacrifice an Objective and Succeed. That's right, we're talking about sacrifice. But not that kind of sacrifice. Now I want to implore you all to make a sacrifice in your lives. Not an Aztec kind of sacrifice, nothing with the knife on the table. We don't need to do that. But we do need to make sacrifices. Now, I'm going to talk to you about, when all is said and done today, I want you to all go home and I want you to find one objective, one thing that you are doing, which is not an objective, one thing that you want to sacrifice in your lives to get rid of that so you have time to do what really needs to be done. And I'm also going to talk to you in this 5 minutes about how to find what is important that needs to be done in your life. Now, to get started, Victor, I'd like to ask you a question. Have you done everything in your life that you want to have done?
Unfortunately, no.
And why is that?
I'm currently single, and in order to have a family, I kind of need the wife.
Exactly. So we need to set an objective. Peter, have you done everything in your life that you will have wanted to have done?
No.
And why is that?
Haven't used up all my time yet.
Exactly, time is everything. Now, we have to order our time. We can't just be doing things to get along, doing things to get by, because every day we get dressed, we get up, we prepare, we do all this stuff, and that time is passing. So we want to be doing the things that we really want to have accomplished by the end of our life. A historical analogy, it's not the best analogy, but Vladimir Lenin, he said, we're going to do 1 step back, 2 steps forward. And he did this ridiculous policy called, it was called war communism. It was taking everything from everyone because the people will have wanted to contribute to the revolution, but it didn't work. So he said, oh, okay, we'll let them sell all the food to us. So we'll take 1 step backwards in order to go back into the capitalism, in order to take 2 steps forwards. So he sacrificed his objective in order to be successful. And that's what you've got to do. You have to sacrifice objectives. Because if you try and do everything, you won't do anything. If you try and see everything, you won't see everything. You won't see anything. If you try and hear everything at once, it's going to be a muddle, isn't it? So, I think once you sacrifice an objective, you'll notice you're doing unbelievable things. Now, I personally used to be really tired after mowing the lawn. It doesn't just take up an hour, it takes up all day because you're tired all day, you're less effective for the rest of the day. It's like a hangover. Have you noticed that after you drink alcohol, you're hungover the next day, but you're actually lower for the rest of the week. So I've tried to stop drinking alcohol. It's just the only way. Have you heard of a public speaker called Bob Proctor? Really clever guy, very rich. The law of attraction, The Secret, he's into that. Now, he said to one of his students, come over to my house. It's in Canada. And the guy said, why do I need to come to your house? And he said, no, come over, you're going to learn something. So he went to his house. He lives in a great mansion, and there's a chef making food. There's a gardener outside working hard. There's even a guy coming in with the laundry. There's all these servants rushing around. And Bob Proctor told him, this is essential for my success. Do you see what's happening here? I wouldn't be able to be successful if I didn't have all these guys helping me and giving me time, because now I can work on my business. So he sacrificed doing all those things in order to be successful. So for me, one of the best things I did was to hire someone to do the lawn. And now I find I didn't know all this other stuff needed to be done around the house because I was too tired to notice before. So I'm working on the rest of the house now. I mean, how good is that? You have to sacrifice to succeed. I mean, that's the way it is. My dad used to say, he used to play the recorder all the time. He used to say, if I had time to learn to be a musician, I would have been the best musician. He never had the time. Don't you want to have the time? Don't you want to have the time to do what is most important? The only way is to sacrifice something that you think is an objective. Now, they say, for want of a nail a horse could not be shod, and a battle was lost. And I'd like to put to you, for want of a bit of time and energy, an idea was not had or not acted upon, and $1 million was lost. We were too busy doing the day-to-day tasks. So that's why you need to sacrifice an objective or get someone else to do it. Stephen Covey, who wrote the 7 Habits, do you know the 7 Habits?
Yeah.
He said, yeah, put yourself at the end of your life and think, what do I have wanted to have done? And order all the steps of what you need to do every day according to those things that you want to have done. And then you'll be acting, I think you'll be acting according to what your soul wants you to have done as well. So, to conclude, I've told you, I've asked you to sacrifice to succeed. Try it today if you want to do it. Find something that you think you can get rid of. You don't need to be doing that, or get someone else to do it. So either delegate or just shelve it completely and watch your performance take off in other areas. And I've also told you to place what you want to have done as today's objective, and even break that off into small tasks. Okay, that's the end of my talk. Hope you liked it. Thank you very much.